Hi, my name is Miss Cologne, and I am a middle school virtual content specialist. Today, we're going to be focusing on Unit 4, Day 2, Causes of World War I. And our focus question here is, what were the main causes of World War I? Our lesson objective is to identify the major causes of World War I and examine a key event associated with the time period and the beginning of the war. In this case, the war that we're talking about is World War I. So in day one, you explored Maine, right? The main causes. So if you remember, you have militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. So when you think of these, right, can you think of like a visual representation or an image? Does something come to mind? You can draw it. You can use Google Images and kind of just think about, okay, militarism, army, soldiers, right? Build up, money. These are some of the images that should come to mind, right? And as you explore each of these, you should have different images. And of course, we know that they are going to contribute to World War I, right? So that's something that can definitely help you. If you want to, you can also figure this out in your home language. You can always contribute in your home language, right? And that's the beauty of Google Translate, where you can kind of just copy paste your question or type it in, and you can choose your language and it will translate it for you. So that can help you, okay? Next part of this is that we have this segment here. So we know that the major underlying causes are Maine, right? Militarism, alliances, imperialism, and nationalism. And there was one specific incident that set off a chain of events that led to a declaration of war. What is a declaration of war? Okay, a declaration of war is, now there's something formal, a formal document that says there is a war that's going to happen, right? And in this case, that the event that's going to set this off or make this happen is going to be the assassination of Archduke Francis Ferdinand of Austria. So this one event started World War I in August 1914. And of course, this war, World War I, became known as the war to end all wars. Okay, we're going to see if that really happens though. We are going to look at how this one action directly led to the outbreak of war in Europe. So for those of us who might not understand what directly means, it is a cognate. So if you know Spanish, okay, directamente, right? Directly. It means directly without changing direction, okay? Without deviation. So it's going to happen without delay. So it's going to happen, right? This contributes instantly to World War I. Then you're going to read about the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. So here are some words that you might have difficulty with. First of all, nationalist, right? What is a nationalist? You can use vocabulary.com. Type it right in. So a nationalist is a person who favors independence for a country, right? So someone who loves or defends their country, that's a nationalist. So we have a Serbian nationalist assassinates the heir, okay, or the person who is going to become the leader of the Austro-Hungarian throne. So the throne meaning they're going to be king. In this case, it's Archduke Franz Ferdinand. He was supposed to be the king, right? He's going to be the leader of Austria-Hungary, okay? But of course, we know he gets assassinated, so this doesn't happen, right? So what happens is Austria-Hungary is going to hold the Serbian government responsible. So You killed our Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Okay. So now there is a problem, right? This is seen as an act of aggression. Okay. So an act of aggression is what, that's what sets off this war. All right. So they're of course going to demand that Serbia suppresses all of their nationalistic, right? So activities that show so much love for Serbia, and that they have to submit to the control of the Austro-Hungarian authorities. So if we have a Serbian nationalist who loves their country, okay, and you have Austria-Hungary that's essentially, basically controlling them. This is why we have nationalism, because they don't want that control. They want to control Serbia for themselves. They don't want the Hungarians involved. They don't want them to control them. Does that make sense? And why? Because we have differences on culture, cultural differences. Okay. So may or may not be language, tradition, clothing, right? These are cultural things. So all of this plays a role in why the Archduke gets assassinated, right? There's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on. And again, if you're having trouble with these terms, you can just copy paste them into vocabulary.com. Also, if you want to read it side by side in your home language, copy paste it right into Google Translate. Here you have an Arabic translation. You can choose from many, many other languages. Okay? And that should really help you understand what's going on. With that being said, I hope this helps. Thank you.